welcome back to LDuz Boxing. We back with another one. So, quick post-fight recap of Bivol versus Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good tactical fight at a high level. Zurdo came into the fight. My concerns was him being too slow. Him being 200 plus pounds. It looked like he was 200 plus pounds, but he kind of looked okay to me. You know what I'm saying? Andre, what's good with you? I thought he looked okay in spots. I thought he should have pressed on the gas a lot and try to get Bivol against the ropes and try to go to work. He had opportunities where he could have did that more consistently. You know what I'm saying? I thought he got started late with the jab to the body, and he tried to box with Bivol. You don't do that with a highly skilled boxer. You're gonna have to go. You can do some stuff, but for the most part, he should have been more of the attacker. He was kind of waiting and playing that foot game with Bivol. You ain't gonna win that fight. You know what I'm saying? He tried. Yeah, exactly. He tried to. Yep, for sure. And you ain't gonna win that. So he had some success though. I thought he was doing okay with his jab when he used it. He had a good, straight right hand to the body, stab jab and stuff, but he wasn't doing nearly as enough. So he didn't look like bad, and I don't think he got dominated crazy. He got dominated crazy as far as like the rounds. Like he was losing a lot of those rounds because he just wasn't doing enough. And sometimes Bivol will land like a 5-punch combination and win the round. And the round that he actually was doing well in. So Bivol was boxing well. You know what he brings to the table: good in and out foot movement, hand speed. He was the faster guy, of course. He was landing some good right hands down the pipe on Zurdo, and I like his. He was landing a 1-2-1 on Zurdo, hitting him with the finishing combination of a left hand, a left jab, a left hook, or something like that. So his left hook was actually pretty good in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially early. I thought Zurdo clipped a couple of rounds. You know what I'm saying? I gave him three or four rounds. You know what I'm saying? But I thought Bivol was in control of the fight all the way through, and he wasn't. He didn't have like a sense of urgency to kind of press forward and try to make this fight the way he want to make it. You know what I'm saying? So Bivol looked good, man. That's two good performances back to back. I mean, he always fight like this. Excuse me. If you guys watch and follow Bivol, he's one of the best fighters in the world before this year. Now he had an opportunity to prove it. I mean, he got down on Canelo. I thought he beat him pretty easy, and then the same thing with Zurdo. I thought he won pretty clear, 9-3, 8-4, something like that. I think the judges had it like that too. Two cards was 9-3 and one was 10-2. So that's right along the lines of what I saw. So what's next for these guys? Starting with Zurdo. I mean, what can Zurdo do at 175? I mean, I know he's with Golden Boy. There's not a lot of options at 175. We want a campaign there. He's a big guy. He was obviously 200 pounds plus tonight. He had to be. I didn't hear how much he weighed, but he was definitely in a different weight class. He's still a good fighter. Only one loss, 44-1, so he can come back. So does he? What's there for him at 175? It was a long road to try to get a world title shot against Bivol. So what does he do? I say go to cruiserweight. Go to cruiserweight, be a fresh face up there. He gonna be faster against some of those guys. He big enough. He seemed like he got a good chin, and I think he'll be able to sit down with some of those guys. And in the division, there's really not noted like that. I mean, Lawrence Okoli will be a tough fight for him, but the other champions, Makabu would be perfect for Zurdo if he moved up. I think Biv will beat Arthur or no. I mean, he has a good chance, man. That's a hell of a fight. He definitely got the IQ to win that fight, the boxing ability. I mean, if he can get Arthur off balance and stuff and don't have him being a wrecking ball like he is. Yeah, but Arthur has some great power. You know what I'm saying? He breaks guys down, so it depends. Bivol don't get hit that much, so yeah, that's a fight he can win. That's pretty much 50-50 to me. My thing is shit. Zurdo go to cruiserweight. I mean, his guys up there that I think some of the champions he can beat. You know what I'm saying? He'll have some problems with the IBF champion Jay Apataya because of the movement and the boxing ability. But Makabu, he may beat him. The winner between Galamarian and Igorov for the WBA cruiserweight title, November 19th, he can beat those guys too. So We'll see. I'm not sure what's there for him at 175. I think cruiserweight maybe he gonna make a name for himself. We'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Dimitry Bivol, I mean, he's the man right now. To me, he's my fighter of the year if I'm giving all awards. I mean, the dominating performance he had over Canelo and the dominating performance he had tonight against Zurdo. I mean, shit, that's hard to beat. I mean, I give props to Devin Haney for going down to Australia twice, beating up on Cambosis. That has to be noted. I think Bam, will get some love, but that third fight kind of pushed people away. You know what I'm saying? Then all the other guys haven't fought that much, only one time. Like I would like to give some love to Fulton, but Fulton he only fought one time. He looked good. Earl Spence fought one time this year. He looked good. Jamel Charlo also looked good. Fought one time. So it's hard to give it to him. Usyk, he fought one time this year. He looked pretty good. So those are guys. Those are big name guys that probably get some love. Naoya anyway. This will be his. He's fighting in December. I mean, he looked explosive against Donaire. I mean, if he do the same thing against Paul Butler, which we expect, I mean, you're gonna hear some people throwing his name out there too. But I like Dimitri Bivol for fight of the year. You know what I'm saying? I thought he did this thing. You know what I'm saying? He beat the number one guy pound for pound that they was saying, or at least top three at the time. And then Zurdo, 44-0. A lot of people was picking Zurdo to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? Former world champion, stuff like that. So Bivol is the man right now. Of course, the fight I would like to see is Bivol versus Beterbiev. Now that's the fight. That's the biggest fight in the division. You know what I'm saying? As far as like accolades and stuff. Canelo is the biggest fight for anybody if he fight in this division. Let me say that. But as far as accolades and stuff like that, I mean, shit. That's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. My man Beterbiev, he got Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard fighting November the 19th. He should get through that warm up, and then he's going to face Beterbiev on January the 18th. Hopefully those guys can work together and get that fight done. You know, they got to work with Top Rank, because I look for Beterbiev to win that fight. So working with Top Rank, I think they can do it. They just work with Top Rank to make Mayer versus Baumgartner. Maybe Eddie got that bag in Abu Dhabi, so they can come back there. It looked like Bivol was a good, was a good draw. I guess he had some good fans out there. I heard I'm rooting for him, so maybe they can do that fight over there. So anything can happen, but I think that should be next for sure. Probably mid 2023 after Ramadan and everything. So probably might push it into the summer. We'll see. Eddie Hearn has Callum Smith. He's the WBC mandatory, so I expect him to go to the WBC convention this week and probably push for the winner between Beterbiev and Yard to get that fight. For him to get the winner of that fight. Because Bivol and Canelo, that fight still is up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? If Canelo if he ready to come back in May? He just had wrist surgery, so there's a lot of questions though. But I don't think Dimitri Bivol, if he can't get the big fight, you know what I'm saying, with if he can't get the big fight with my man Beterbiev, so he shouldn't be waiting, you know what I'm saying, to the second quarter of next year to get a big fight. I think, look, it's a possibility that Bivol can make a defense in the UK versus Bawaxi. You know what I'm saying? Sometime, I can see him doing, March or something. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. A lot of options, a lot of shit at play. He has a good manager. They're going to guide his career right. He has the Russian promoter he has. Those guys are taking care of Dimitri Bivol. So, we'll see what Eddie and those guys have to bring to the table. There's some good options for him, man. We're gonna see. He said, with the chances, yeah, I probably answer that. I think it's good chances they can get it. It depends how I look. He said 12-0. I had a 9 rounds to 3. I thought Zurdo got credit for some rounds. So that's what it is, man. Y'all guys, there's still some more boxing. You know what I'm saying? David Morrell versus Adios Busnuli. That card is actually on YouTube. I'm gonna drop it in the chat so you guys can go check it out. The prelims. This is the prelim. So it's 3 fights. This is the first fight. that's on the card already. That's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Kent Cruz versus Goku Kaya. That's a rematch. They fall on the Keith Thurman undercard. So you guys can go check that out on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Before the Showtime card starts. Now, this is the thing with the Showtime card tonight. So after the prelims, Showtime is gonna replay Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. So that's like 8 o'clock East Coast time, and then they're gonna shoot to right after that 9 o'clock 9:05 something like that on Showtime on East Coast. Then they're gonna air the live fights. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys tap in for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it in the chat though, where you guys can go watch the prelims. So y'all guys can tap in with that for sure. It's been a good day of boxing. You know what I'm saying, on this card with the zone. Like the prelim fights and some of the undercard fights, I didn't really get with it. The world championship fights though. Let me recap real quick before I close it out. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. But starting with the first world title fight, Robinov versus Barrett. I mean, this was a pretty good fight, man. Barrett, he had an excellent start. I thought he won the first four rounds clearly. He dropped my man in the third round, and the fourth round he got that one. He didn't close the show, but then the fifth round, that's when Robinov started to kind of take over the fight and get back into the fight. And I had it even after 8 in rounds, but I had Barrett up because the knockdown, and then it looked like his leg went out or something. He got dropped in the ninth round, and then he got dropped again, and they threw in the towel. But that was a gallant effort, man. I like to hear what I want to find out what happened to him, because I actually thought he was putting up a game performance, and I had questions about Barrett coming to this fight. Was he domestic level? Was it European level? He showed that he can contend on the world stage. You know what I'm saying? At 130 pounds, yeah, I think he did some good stuff. Trail Hill in the building. What's good with you, bro? I thought Zurdo, man. Actually, I thought Zurdo fought well, yo. OTB in the building. What's good with you, bro? I thought Zurdo fought okay. He just too slow. He just didn't sell out like I thought he would, but I thought he was okay. Honestly, I think he'll beat other light heavyweights with that performance. He wouldn't beat Bertabiev with that performance, but some other guys he would beat. You know what I'm saying? So that was this fight right here, Robinov Barrett. That was a good fight. So it sets up. Robinov has a contract with the former world champion who was stripped, so these guys can fight for the vacant title, Joe Cordina. So they're gonna run that probably top of next. I don't know when they're gonna run it because Cordina is actually coming off a hand injury. So we're gonna see. But this was a good fight though, and Barrett, hopefully he can come back, man. He did well. And then you had the Undisputed fight, the other title fight. I mean, this is one-way action to me. Cameron put on a good performance, fought a rough and rugged McCaskill. I thought coming to the fight that the keys to it was going to be the range and distance and the straight punches of McCaskill, and that's what happened. And Cameron is mean. The straight punches of Cameron. Let me rephrase that. Cameron was throwing a lot of straight punches down the pipe. She got her jab established. She wasn't giving McCaskill nothing. She was pushing her down. She was pushing her back. She was fighting on the inside, and she did what she was supposed to do to the quote unquote bully. That's her style. Jessica McCaskill fight as a bully. So I thought the first half of the fight was pretty much easy work. Now McCaskill probably won 2 out the last 5 rounds down the stretch, maybe. She did much better, but it was definitely not enough. And you can see a lot of her technical flaws and a lot of the shit that she brought to the table. You can tell it came right out when you face an elite skill fighter that's willing to sit there and fight with you and not gonna give you anything. This is what happens. This is gonna happen in a matter of time. If you watch McCaskill fight, she fought the same way. Some girls will under pressure. You know what I'm saying? The only one that really didn't was Katie Taylor because she used her footwork and she was walking her to shots, one shot at a time. Cameron was trying to kind of bully her too, and her straight punches. I can't speak enough for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. But overall, the 3 title fights was pretty good. The Ufa brothers, they they look kind of shaky today. You know what I'm saying? Cal Fight coming off a 2.5 year layoff. He got dropped early in that fight, first round, but he came back to squeeze out a decision. So we'll see. He moved up to 118. And then Galali fought the gold medalist. He doesn't really look that good either. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Hopefully these guys can go back to the drawing board and we'll see what's what. But yeah, we got. Don't forget about this Showtime card. I put the link in the description. If you guys want to check out the prelims that's going on right now, feel free to tap in. Right now, you got Cruz versus Gogo Kaya. Then you're gonna have Julian J. Rod Williams, former unified champion. He's fighting on the prelims, and then it's gonna the last fight is Andre Darrell versus Eunice Gonzalez at light heavyweight. So y'all tap in, man. It's boxing all day. Feel free to you know what I'm saying, check it out. If you guys have any questions or anything behind the scenes, feel free to hit me up on my social media. Scrolling across the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in with me. I got you. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram Does Boxing. If you listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Any questions and all that, it's all good. So appreciate everybody rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys enjoy the fights. That's my time and I'm out.